going to take the North and never give it back.
So that's a good pick. You get the corner. I got to go bold, right? I got to go bold for this.
Yeah, she's got some nice.
Welcome back to the Unbearable Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Barron. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're out there on YouTube, and also rate the show 5 stars everywhere that you get your podcast. What is going on, everybody? We are breaking down the Chicago Bears all 22, going through absolutely every single play, and this is my first time going through it, and just really breaking down what looked to be an amazing game of Caleb Williams. So I've been looking forward to this tape. Hope you are too. And also, if you love all 22 as much as we do here, subscribe. We do this every Monday after the game, and we'll probably do this Friday as well after the game, so we can just break down the tape together and say, how can we fix this defense? Was the offense really on point? Why was the running game not working? And we answer all those questions. Taco Man, Joe, what is good? Hope y'all are doing well. Bear down. Let's get straight into it, because we have hours of tape for us to grind and get out there. And also for those that are watching it after the fact, thank y'all so much. We're going to go through the all running snaps first, then we're going to go through the passing snaps, and then we'll flip over to the defense. And then for that, we'll see if we want to go running or passing. We'll just flip it up. So if anyone wants to jump ahead, they definitely can as they watch later on. But let's get into it, shall we? Let's flip this on over. And also, as I always do, got a little drink for us. And with that, let's get this on the road. Like we're saying, we are going to be watching. We're going to do it a little bit different than last week, because we just went through every single play, one after another. For this, we're going to break down the running plays first, and then we'll break down the passing plays. So first running snap of the game, got a little bit of motion, nobody really buying it at all. Then toss to the left. And some good yards. And this is where I'm actually really excited to see what we see out of DeAndre Swift, because the advanced metrics, like we were talking about in the post-game show, hated DeAndre Swift, saying that he should have gotten 2 more yards per carry. But let's see what happens here. Like we said, they don't really move. You do a little toss right here. So boom, then he gets there. Boom, 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 boom. So you got numbers. Okay. Got a little bit of push there. He holds the edge well. He seals his edge well. He's not able to get to there, so cuts it back. Don't mind that. You know, it felt like maybe he could have been a little bit. Yeah, they cut it off there. He cuts it back. And then ultimately, this guy goes back because Braxton thinks he's going more so that way. And that's where, when you cut back, you get that. Ultimately, the guy on the outside is able to seal the edge with Cole Kmet. So, yeah, but I mean, that kind of sucks, because like people technically hit their block and got there, but there wasn't really much movement on that left-hand side. So, yeah, why can't Rome be a safety blanket? When it fails, Rome is always open. Agreed, Taco Man. So we'll see. We'll see, too, how open he was out there as well. So let's just see. Got a little run up the middle. Decent gain. I always never like this angle. Even like when it's our defense, I never like this angle. Okay, so right now we have, let's see what we got here. So one of the 3 snaps that Gerald Everett's actually in on. So he's going against 43. Got man, and then he's got to get to that next level, 76 up the middle. And then this is at least a little interesting, that I don't know what Pryor's trying to do here. I don't know if Pryor thought that that's his guy and then that's his guy. Miscommunication right here, right off the jump. You can see that. Because Pryor's doing nothing. Now let's look at the middle. Okay. Got that. And like I said, it's going to be hard for Cole to get to that level. You can see he wants to just help. He's really not going to. Now he's not really going to get to Cashman. You kind of hope that there's some sort of little push. But right at the last second, you can see, yep, 97 just pushes Coleman back a little bit. They hampered down. So they kind of knew it was going up the middle. But that's a little bit more details as to why that one at least didn't really work. Let's keep on looking. We got Roshan. Never mind. So this is going to be a scramble. Let's let's check out then what we have with this scramble. So the passing plays are added in here. So let's just see this. This is our first passing play that we're having because it results in a scramble. So at the very beginning, open look, you got 4 defensive backs all out here. You have the 1 safety out here, and then running back, and then you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost even like 7 at the line. They're all up at that line, 4 on that side. So right at the last second, you have him going deep. So what you kind of expected someone to start flying back out there unless they really were going to do an absolute crazy cover 0. So you got 3 there and 1 deep. So they do kind of have the numbers. You have the clear out there. So you actually have a player right here. Oh, but never mind. So that's why he doesn't throw it, because comes back to it. It's a little long developing, but that's the reason why he doesn't throw that. Let's just look at the other routes that were being ran. Yet again, it just seems like these were designed to kind of clear that out right there. And then you had nothing else going there. So because pressure's getting a little close to him, you'd like to let's look at the other angle to see could he have at least stood tall, but you could tell that that was really just the only route that seemed to be schemed open on that was really that left hand route. And I think just right here, he gets a little happy feet. If he stands strong in the pocket, he delivers. But he shifts a little bit, gets a little happy feeted right there. But let's check out the blocking too. So yet again, they're showing, you see him running back. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up at the line of scrimmage. He's staying back. They're blitzing 5. Actually, Cashman is just then following the running back. So you got boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so then you have the numbers there. So good block on the outside by Cole. I think overall, though, if you're looking at this, it's in my opinion, and if anyone disagrees with me, let me know. I felt like that Caleb should have at least tried to deliver that, especially if that is the main thing that they're going to be trying to scheme open there with Keenan. So, and here's that little toss. So yeah, I felt like he could have at least done something off of that, but didn't. All right. They seriously love 11's blocking. Like they always run it his way whenever they're blocking like this. So you got the toss going. So right off the get-go, good jump off the snap by Shelton there. It looks like with the way they're looking that they're probably just going to try and keep Grenard. You have that. Then they're hoping that Tevin can kind of get to that next level. And honestly kind of does. But also kind of shoves him a little bit faster into it. And also I really like that, yep, they have the design cut and cut back block, and honestly, he does exactly what you need to. They're out in space. Like we said, Tevin kind of screws over Pryor by pushing 54 a little bit too far to that side. And also, I just want to see what happens with Shelton's block. Shelton's just following with them. It's not bad. People end up getting their blocks on the outside, and it works. Let's keep on watching. To the right. Colin Swift both blocked one guy instead of leaking out. Yeah, in parallel, you got to show me that play then when we get to that with the quarterback. Let's see this. Let's see it right off the jump. The movement, so boom, boom. And then you leave him, so then you're trying to get there. So you're just really focusing on pulling it out to this outside side. So then this is where my biggest negative with Pryor is I just do not like him for like the system just out in space. And maybe he thought that that's what they were going to like team up and try and like team up so that he can get to that next level. And because of that, you got Cashman going right here. You have two people teaming up, but I don't know if they're thinking like, hey, I can help you out with this. And then you go to the next level. Clearly, then Pryor's trying to get out here. That's why it just looks so awkward. And there's an absolute free rusher right there. And yep. Just ultimately, that's some bad blocking. What they want to do here, like there should be somebody that either is one of these linemen, I feel, should be the ones that are actually getting this guy. Because everyone's shifting down, so he gets him, and then you could get him to on the outside. This is a miscommunication between these two that leads Cashman right there. So, yeah, and I agree with you, Impero. Like, Pryor to me can block well. It's that stuff in space on the outside. Sometimes Pryor, not necessarily the best. This is what, the second time already? And we're how many plays in? Yeah, we're only like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, technically 4 run plays in, and 50% of them Matt Pryor and Darnell Wright have messed something up together. Primarily on Matt Pryor, though. Okay, we got some motion. Okay, we got the double block there. They're shifting down with this. Oh, this is that weird, like, he was trying to get Mercedes Lewis over. Yeah, I remember that. And then ultimately, just the entire play. Just no one. Because you got those two blocking. You expected him to be a little bit farther to this side, to the outside. They're not even looking at anything. And then, yeah, then Braxton kind of needs to get, like, Braxton just gets tripped up, but you can tell he's going to go there. And if it was actually going to work, you want him to be here to hit, Mercedes hits him, and then you have Pryor that hits there. This could have been an actual halfway decent play. But ultimately, all the miscommunication beforehand, nothing. Ron, Bears going to the Super Bowl. As long as they just give the ball to Roschon. That's the thing. You got to give Roschon the ball. Keep Roschon out there in the close yardage situations. So let's see here. We got double. All right, we got Tevin getting beat to the inside. Honestly, this kind of works for him because then he's able to pass Phillips off. And just really, it's blown up. Because this is one of those where, okay, let's see where the first step goes. Little bit to this side. But this is where he's wide open and just whether it's Jenkins gets beat. On the outside too. Braxton gets a little beat as well, but I mean, that's not really, it's kind of a moot point. It's the inside that really kind of messes that up. And this is when hey, that's Doug Kramer's best block of the year. Give it up. Okay, that probably came off a little petty, but Kramer has never had a good. Anytime Kramer's out there, we joke about this. If this is your first time watching all 22 with us, Kramer usually does not do much on these plays. Like whenever he's out there, he tries to go for a block, but he misses it. But let's see, right off the jump, they do a very good job at just the entire line collapses right there. They have two people here. He gets that block. And then ultimately Tevin can just plow through. And then Roschon goes in. Not pretty. I mean, the in the middle looked pretty. But hey, I like the idea when you have Roschon out there, the dude falls forward. Okay, we got some motion. This feels like a pass play. Never mind. Actually, let's... I always like to kind of look at the outside. Keenan's at least out there blocking. All right, you got the motion with Keenan. Okay, got the motion. They're all going out here. So you want Tevin to go here. You want Shelton to get to that next level. Pryor to stay there. Wright to stay there. There. And then you got Van Ginkel, defensive end, versus your tight end. Good block by Darnell just to keep it to the outside so that you really do have that nice little lane. Braxton staying with his guy. Shelton gets to his. Jenkins kind of not really able to get to his guy. Pryor just being held at the line of scrimmage. Cole, like, you can tell he's trying to keep it to the outside or trying to force him in. But Pryor the guy just walks with Pryor. Pryor not having a good game. And Darnell almost like helps him out with this. Great block by Darnell to just take his guy out. But Darnell writes not good enough to make up for Pryor's bad game. Like, Pryor haven't liked that. I like how, right, you have a defensive end versus your tight end. It's ultimately comes down to Pryor, because if he's able to hold this block, he just gets walked. But man, you got a lot of the people getting to their places. Van Ginkel does turn Kmet around, but that's a mismatch. That's a designated mismatch you have. It's ultimately Pryor that just kind of hurts that a little bit. Here's one of those with Swift busting out to the outside. Let's check this blocking. Right off the jump. Shelton gets out fast. Then you have Jenkins. I don't love that you have Jenkins there. Like, I'd rather, if you're doing a toss, it feels like Jenkins is supposed to be out there, not trying to block this guy back. Because if that's the way that this play is designed, then it's almost like designed for a cutback. Because your guard, rather than taking on the linebacker, is now back. Your center's already out to the next level at the center position. And maybe he stumbled out the gate, like with Shelton. Like I said, like Shelton really jumps out of that. So it's a little crazy there. And then ultimately, since Swift is trying to get to this outside, and then you have him on the out. Then Big Dog gets beat. If the design of the play, either Tevin completely takes the wrong guy, or if this is the design, I feel like it's almost like cut back, right? But yeah, or try to hit this, but no, that gets collapsed. And that's exactly what he tries to do right there. It goes to the out. Weird design. I feel like if we had a point blame, part of me feels like it's Tevin, because Tevin's trying not to make this blow up, or like here, this. I'm pointing to the interior of the line a lot this game when it goes down to this. So Taco Man saying running behind Brax were the highlights. That's the thing. I'm glad that like it feels like Braxton's getting back to his roots of just being a beast in the run game, because that's the thing that I really liked about Braxton and why I'm like hoping that he can do something. But it's like I do think he's just that okay person. Like in the run game, when he gets going, man, he's fun to watch. All right, so we got the shift, so we got the crackdown there. We got Pryor pulling. And so what you're hoping for is then up the middle. So then Braxton could take this guy out. You got 2 up the middle. This looks good. This guy gets right into the hole. Very Van Ginkel. Good gap assignment by Van Ginkel right there. Gets to him, gets to the spot first because it felt like that's where they wanted to go. And yeah, if you could get skinny right in there. Like, look at that. But let's watch it in full speed. Still shots. Yeah, Van Ginkel does a good job against Cole. You saw where they were wanting to go. All right, let's check out this passing play. What they got. So let's just see when they do the motion. They're already kind of telling you that it's going to be zone. They do motion, just further confirms it. But then also what you have here, you have 5 on the line. You see him kind of moving over at the last minute, which to me kind of is a little questioning because it's like, okay, what's he supposed to be doing? They blitz. And you're kind of got this little max protect going. You got him. Oof. What are you looking at? Just DJ? I think he's looking at DJ as the hot. Oh, this is one of those like, yeah. I really don't love that from Caleb. Cuz you're talking about this is max protect look, 2 receivers at the same side. You can see that Rome's open. Also with the motion, that guy's going deep. And maybe he's afraid of Harrison Smith, but as soon as Harrison gets back there, you can maybe yeah, that's Rome up there with DJ. Yeah, don't love that play from Caleb. Excited to see the passing plays because I feel like with all these is going to be more so Caleb like giving up on someone. So we have double there. Then Darnell wants to slide to that side. Good block by Swift. Tight ends doubling. That's good. Nice. They take out Van Ginkel finally. It just looks like he was looking at the wrong person. Like that. Like the look of this. Might have a good looking run play. Let's check it out. Okay. So you're leaving this guy unblocked. Tight end gets to the next level. 2, you want 2 to go next, 2 to go next. And then you got Darnell on that guy. Perfect. Nice. Nice shift. I'll say one of Coleman Shelton's best blocks. Literally, I was going to say, this is typically when you see Shelton's guy make the tackle. But no, holds it well. And this is where, like, Pryor at least gets his guy, moves him back a little bit. Good. Yeah, agree, Taco Man. That's where, like, whenever I'm doing these all 22s, I'm excited to go through some Caleb film. Okay. Got the motion hit the crack back, then boom, boom, boom. Shelton to the next level. Boom, boom. Okay. Tevin beaten to the inside. Yeah. Yeah, you got Tevin getting beat to the inside, which kind of causes this guy to be right into Braxton. So yeah, this completely goes off the rails. And let's just see Pryor getting to his guy. Pryor's guy also is kind of on that side. So yeah, I don't mind that cut cut back. Grenard kind of tosses him a little bit. And then Shelton just, the Bears guys, I feel like a lot of times sit back and wait for the guys. But, and because of that, then they're able to like make moves. It's a good move by 51. Honestly, good play by Swift. The interior, not like, that's what's kind of funny. Their defensive ends are really good. But I feel like their interior, I mean, our interior has been messing up more so than their exterior. I mean, Van Ginkel's made a couple good plays, being in the right position, covering up a different gap than kind of expected that we were trying to open up. So let's check this out. Got the motion. That guy already sensing it. So 2 here. This guy's already kind of blowing up the play. Prior to the next level, you're gonna, in theory, but this guy just jumping off the snap is throwing everything off. That was good play. I don't mind that with Swift. Kind of wait, you sit back. And this is also a good thing to keep in mind too, that, Taco Man, this defense is the top 5, especially this is the best run defense that's out there. But you also get to see why, right? Like what we're seeing that the Bears haven't done, Cashman's playing well. He's coming off. But yet again, you don't have to pay linebackers $18 million to make these gigantic plays, right? Okay, so what we got here. Wow. I don't know what Braxton was expecting. I don't know if he thought he was going to get a little bit of help. All I know is he just gets completely ghost rushed. Just going up for nothing. And then here you got two people. So they want to double hit. And yet again, it just seems like Pryor and Darnell not on the exact same page. This is going to hit. Braxton misses his guy. And then you got Big Dog versus Javon Bullard. I don't love the idea of running at 2 defensive linemen. Because I think that was Van Ginkel and Bullard being blocked by 2 tight ends. That's a lot. That's a lot to ask of your tight ends. I don't love that. This looks good, but hey, Ginkel's good. I've been impressed. I mean, he's on tight ends, but he's doing well. They do this super wide, formation, and then they got that, so they're forcing the tight ends with them. I mean, it works. And this is actually what like Vic Fangio did, I believe, against the Sean McVay offense. And you can kind of see why it works is because you have that super wide alignment when they're trying to run these stretch plays. And I mean, it's hard because here, when they're running these stretch plays, he gets to him, and then they're hoping that their linebacker gets to that there. So boom, double, and this is where having big boys and creating push is pretty big. Offensive line creates a push, stays in front of their guys. You get yards. But man, I can't wait till we have a center. I can't wait. All right. Double block. He's sitting back. What was Cole supposed to do? Yeah, Cole's sitting back, letting him through. Double. Pryor just gets beat. This is Bullard, man. Yes, the same Bullard that we had. It's a good play. I mean, Pryor is not having a good game at all. out here. Romadunze, good run blocking out there. Put him at right guard. I mean, Pryor, like, I don't hate Pryor. It's just it's just a bad game. They sit back. He commits a little bit. Gets a good yards. What did Caleb run in college, the offensive style? I don't know. I don't know, like, the official title. It was definitely more of a spread type of an offense. I don't know the exact piece of it, but I feel everyone just calls it the Lincoln Riley system. All right, this is just your standard draw. Good play by Shelton to at least get around him. But you could tell it was just kind of a little design draw because Shelton is already down the field. Trips right. All right. I had a feeling it was going to be a passing play. So let's see what they're showing you here. So when you move Keenan, do they show you anything? They shift over. So you got 3 players right here. What, linebacker, 2 corners, and then defensive back down low. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 at the line, 5 right there. Okay. Blitzing 3. He's looking right. He takes him. So you're kind of assuming now it's going to be more of like a man look. So he's looking to this right-hand side to see what happens. Boom. Pull it. Pull it. Ah. Is there someone right at him? Right there. He's looking. You gotta just pull that. Instead, he pulls it down, makes an unbelievable play. Like, that's a great play. But man, it's a great play on the outside, but you got to, to me, I knock it. Like, you gotta hit that. It's not terrible. 58's really, like, he's doing really well against right there. I'm excited to see the actual Caleb tape, the actual passing plays. Because, I mean, a lot of the times that we're seeing him scramble, it's kind of on him. Like, just for these scrambles especially, he could have just stayed there a little bit. Like, they're designing that little out route, and he's just not pulling it right there. So, yet again, we're not watching any of the actual passing plays, just all the ones that result in a run. Here we have another pass play that will result in a scramble. So let's see what he sees. You have 3 people down here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the line of scrimmage. You have what, DJ right here. Is that DJ? That actually kind of looks like DJ right there. But basically, you have 3 people down here, 2 people down here, 1 right here, and then here, 2 up top. So my guess is maybe one of these drops, but yep, exactly. One of these was probably going to drop. He's looking left. Little out. But yeah, he already has some pressure on him. Tevin giving up some of that. He steps up. Hides and just ultimately goes down. Let's see if they're actually going to be open. Not really. That's also too where here you're anticipating it's going to be zone. You're anticipating zone unless he comes down, because if they're, and that is DJ. Let's see what they're doing here. Obviously, there's certain reads to go through with the play. This is just one of those where, to me, I don't know the exact reads that he has on this, but when you have numbers down here, I feel like that's the play to go. And he kind of does. All right, let's check out this pass rush, because clearly that's what got home. So they're showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the line. Linebacker right here. Runs at the last minute. Honestly, good job of switching. And just Jenkins gets a little bit late back to it. And Braxton's guy ends up getting back. It's just one of those where Braxton doesn't have eyes in the back of his head. He doesn't know. Him turning all the way over here doesn't make too much sense to me. I think he just thinks that Caleb's running. I don't like that he jumps like back to the line of scrimmage, basically. Then Harrison Phillips. Pryor pushes him off. He goes back. Yeah. Phillips just tossing Shelton around like a rag doll right there. But that's the last running clip. So, thoughts on the running game? To me, Pryor had a rough game out there. Not the best look for him. And then, two, like so far what we're seeing with Caleb is he needs to at least throw those. Those scramble plays weren't necessarily. A lot of those could have been avoided, is what I'm trying to get at with that. But let's flip over to the passing plays. And this is the stuff that I want to really go through and really kind of take some time to walk through. Yeah, and I agree with Joe. It basically got shut down. Not great. So, and let's flip over to the passing. All right. So now, first pass snap. Let me just make sure. Perfect. This is the first passing snap. What we got, one up top, one right there. And then yet again, got a little safety coming down. You have Cole right down in there. They have 4 at the line of scrimmage. DJ kind of calling this guy out a little bit. He's a little bit on the inside. Interesting to see what they have there. And you have the running back. He cuts back right at the last minute. Kind of looks like a zone. That's exactly what you're seeing. Sits, fires. Good. Because you see that they're doing cover 2. They got the 2 high shell. And like we said, them dropping, you kind of tell that it's that zone. Finds it. He's good with zone. Yeah, I agree with In Peril. Yeah, the running game, like, I actually took the under on DeAndre Swift yards. That cashed. And then Bears don't need a better running back. They just need a cheaper running back. Spend that, like, I'd much rather spend that money on a guard, right? I'd rather spend that money on a center than a running back. So, exactly. As long as we, like, take that money, put it somewhere else, you can draft a Bucky Irving. You can draft a Tyrone Tracy in the later rounds. That's kind of my feeling with a lot of those things. I'd rather have that money going into an actual center rather than us spending I'd rather spend $2 million on a running back and have that, $8 million, $9 million going to a center. So I think Connor Williams, when he first signed his deal, was only like $7 million when he went to the Dolphins. And yeah, just you can get some of those. But let's check out the blocking. Not bad, but he gets the ball out. Nothing to see there most. Yep. Good call, Taco Man. The DeMarco Murray fall off for sure. You get a good offensive line, good system. It'll work. 2 up top. And then even like Jordan Howard. The Bears had a very good running system, and felt like as soon as Howard left, People didn't really want him, but we were all like, a lot of Bears fans were like, we got to sign him. And I mean, David Montgomery, amazing offensive line that he's behind. But it's all about the O-line. All right, so right now what we see, they got 2 there, 1 deep, 1 press coverage, 1 right there. They're playing real tight. Running back. 3rd down. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the line of scrimmage. Snaps it. 1 kind of chilling back. Looking left. You kind of have this clear out route that he's running. Yeah, he's running the rub. You can tell that he's kind of trying to run a little rub. Caleb looks past it, goes back, and it just gets swatted, but not really much. Cole kind of gets a little bit of a shove. But yeah, they played tight. Cole was the only one. I think because that's 3rd down. I think if I'm looking at this and I'm Caleb, just saying this, if they're sending this big blitz, I'm kind of looking at, I feel like the second look should be Cole because of this kind of deep route that he's playing on. Cole gets open, but he just quickly goes back, tries to throw, gets swatted. Yeah, Miles Sanders fall off after he left the Eagles O-line. Agreed. Don't pay running backs, even though that I know DeAndre Swift is fighting, and I appreciate that. You don't pay running backs. Never pay running backs. If anybody disagrees, name me a running back in recent memory that has played out their entire contract after signing it. But also, if we look at this line, I'd say pretty good. Like they pass off some of this stuff. You got Roshan blocking pretty well. And for the amount that they put, it's not bad. But yeah, like speaking to like the Vikings, the one running back people could always like kind of point to as someone that was a good example of not to pay running backs was Dalvin Cook. But then we saw when Dalvin Cook left, he did absolutely nothing. And he didn't even finish out his entire contract either. So now what we have here, 1 out. Nobody down here. So my guess, yet again, when you have this and you have a wide receiver, I would be looking over here. And it's probably going to be zone. Yep, so he drops. Then you got someone coming from the left-hand side. He's looking left, but they cover that pretty well. Or looking right. They're protecting that pretty well. He's cutting back. You got Cole right there. You got Cole. I just kind of want to see how the receivers ran their routes. Nothing too crazy. I don't love the idea of like looking back to the left, especially if you have Cole coming back here. I kind of like the idea of, because like he's got him if he really wants to. Yeah, and DJ's just running a clear out. I think the thing that stinks is whenever someone runs deep, normally it's so exciting, but big bull rush Grenard. Big bull rush on Braxton. Braxton at least holds it, but it's that initial push that just really gets him. Good call, Ron. Saquon's been real good for the Eagles. Yet again, very good offensive line. And to me, it's like, if you're going to pay a run, I think I'll put it with this, right? With Saquon, if you get a running back, it needs to be a true difference maker, right? Like Saquon has been with no offensive line for so long. So it's nice to see him at least play with that. So but still, like, even with that situation, I still kind of go, ugh, I don't know. Depending on how much, I don't have his exact numbers, but to me, that's the difference. Like even like Derrick Henry, I kind of brought that up where I would have rather had the Bears get like a Derrick Henry, yet again, someone who's a big difference maker. When you see people then paying for the Miles Sanders, the Swifts of the world, where they're good running backs, don't get me wrong, but they're just kind of like, like they're good. But it's those elite, like the Christian McCaffreys that can do other things, that can be an effective pass catcher too. But I think the biggest point is, like, we just need offensive line. we have a screen here. Yeah, 255. Yeah, I agree with Taco Man. It's a luxury pickup. That's what it feels like, because now it's like you have the Eagles that have had this great team for so long, the Ravens that have had this great team for so long. And yeah, and that's actually what really bugs me about this Bears line, because you never figured out the center position. You never figured out the guard position. All right, but let's check this out. So we got 2 up top. Yet again, 2 wide receivers, only 1 corner out there. Who's 44? I just want to get the names right. Okay, that is their strong safety. Cool. So they like running these like 24, Cameron Bynum. So they're putting the safety down in the box, and they have their 2 corners. So it's an interesting lineup. But then you got Rome on the outside. They're playing deep. So guess is that it's probably going to be zone. Got the short stop. Just a simple. Got Rome open right in the middle. But yet again, just he's looking at that left-hand side, so that's what he's going to try and do. It's ultimately not great. Now, the thing that you're seeing a lot of what the Bears are doing, these deep balls are just more so trying to clear out the zone for something shorter on inside in front. Blocking, bunch at the line. He peels back. Those 2 peel back. Block, block. Like to see it get out a little bit quicker. It's out. Like to see a better ball, but ultimately, it's the old adage: hits your hands, you got to come down with it. Quick screen. They don't really have the numbers. Braxton gets out there. It's hard because for Cole, he's really got to hit that fast, because then the only way that you can go is on this outside route, because everybody's coming on inside. They do a good job with it. Stop him right there. Okay. 2 down. Flip. And you have a feeling it's going to be zone. Why? Because Van Ginkel is playing stand-up linebacker. So you know it's going to be a zone. So they got a little cover 3 going. Yeah, that clear. Boom. Great read. Great throw. Really, really pretty stuff. Risky. Pretty throw, like we said. Like we were just kind of calling out with the cover 3. You see him go. He pulls the trigger. Good stuff. Let's check out the blocking on this. Okay. Darnell gets beat, but stands strong. Good pass, good throw. Good throw, good standing strong. Tyson Bagent pumped up on the sideline. Okay. Yet again, they're doing a lot of multiple safety looks. They're sending the blitz. This is your quick receiver. And as we know, now I love the throw, obviously. We all love the throw. But is that like you could hit your check down? I'd like to see him get it out there. But obviously, amazing throw, amazing stuff. Because you got what? You got 6 at the line of scrimmage. And then, yeah, he's not even blocking. He's just going. So you kind of know this, that if he's coming, you got to get going. Just such a good throw. Like, it's such a good throw. Yeah, you know that that's a clean block. And then this, you got the blocking. Good stuff. Easy play. Easy money. But yeah, seeing that, it's like I'd rather like to see him get it out a little quick. Obviously, the amazing play. It's amazing. But it's you identify the pressure. And you saw it. You knew that was going to be, if you knew that Swift was going to be right there and the blocking assignment was shifting left, you're on that person. All right, but let's check out what we have here. Yet again, they are just playing off of these players. Like, that's why you see the quick passes really working. They're deep on them. He's looking right. Yeah, right there. Little window. What a crazy 4 plays that was. Just the arm talent that it takes, just the pinpoint accuracy, them sending all that on the left-hand side, just the interesting looks that they got going. And that's what they'll do. The Brian Flores defense is just interesting because they'll put some pressure and then send it back. But I mean, I forgot who said it. A couple said it in the comments. Like, the line's been holding up decent. Like, a couple of them getting beat. Good little quick out. You see this kind of bunch formation. Yep. It's as soon as you see that, he's back. Good read. Good throw. Yeah, you didn't get 4 yards. You got yards. You got some good yards. Like we said, Caleb just needs to know, take the easy stuff. Blocking their shift. Coleman beat a little bit to the inside. All right, we got the trips up. And let's see what they're showing to. So we got 3 up top. Everybody at the line right there. So what do we have here? It is 3rd and 7. So what this is reading as is, if I was Caleb, I've been looking up here because you got two people way far back, one down here. And then you're looking at these to see, is everybody rushing or not? If everyone's rushing, which they are, look to throw. Yep. Like it. What was everybody else doing? Yep. Yeah, you had the longer developing routes. What I would love to see them do next game is they know he's going to be doing stuff like this. I'd love to see a pump and then just cork it. Like, do that exact same play. And if they give you those things, like, just cork it deep. But that's what you got to do. You got to just take the easy stuff. But I just think it'd be cool to have purposely scheme it up. Like, we keep doing this because that's what they do on this offense is they really do develop, like what we see. They kind of create those shorter little gains, nickel and dime ya down the field. All right, you got the motion. He's calling them back out to the outside. They're playing man. He's looking left. They're all kind of caught up at the line. I really do like that throw. Who's that on him? That's Shaquille Griffin. Okay. Good throw. Just wants to go one-on-one. Both receivers covered and just like the placement of those back shoulders, man. He's getting that down. He's getting that a lot better. Obviously, we know that Keenan wasn't able to bring that down and kind of ends up ending the drive. Let's check out some of the blocking. Okay, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 quick. One goes in the middle because Tevin is going to take that. And Roshan does a very good job blocking right there. Love it. What could have been? What could have been right there? As you know, new drive. Yet again, you got trips right here. You got 58. You have a couple linebackers looking like they're going. I'm not sniffing this. I'm looking directly to this left-hand side. Ooh. You can see that he sees this as like, okay, it's clear. He's got a wide opening. Just doesn't see this guy right here. And this is one of those where, like, you have the two different players where, if anything, like, Keenan should be the read there. I don't think he sees that guy. Gets a little lucky right there. Starting to see the home cops. Like it. All right, let's see what we got here. Block, block, block. Switch it. Not a great switch, but hey, I really like how they at least handled that. I do like Roshan in the blitz pickup. But yeah, that's where they were talking about it on the broadcast. You kind of have two running similar routes. He throws it right in between rather than to one in particular. But hey, if he threw it on the money to Rome, that's an interception. We got 3 down low. Eyes are following. Little mini screen going on. Don't mind that. Ron's back. Do we think Caleb is the future quarterback? I still love, like, still everything that, like, we see. He's still super young. I still think that he has time to develop. I do see a lot of the stuff that we saw. Like, this is going to scare people. I see some of the things that we saw, like with with Justin, but I think what he does better than Justin is process his reads quick and fast, right? But I still think like it comes with time to understand, okay, I need to just pull this trigger. I need to pull it now. And that's where I think with repetition, I have more hope for like a Caleb than, someone going into his 4th season. All right, so yet again, I just want to kind of like read this. You got 7 sneaking in, kind of pulling back a little bit. You want to at least kind of see what the heck this guy's going to do, because you also have Harrison sneaking on in. You got the 3 up top. And then he pulls back, drops right there. I like that. Yep, we do have the most creative ways to lose. That is what Eberflus is, just a mastermind of like ways to lose the game. Like, you know what we haven't done yet? We haven't gone to overtime and given them hope to lose. But it really is that. I like that, what Daryl Johnson said. Bears giving creative ways to lose games. I like this. That's a bold move. Like, that's a really, really, really bold move to throw all those people out there. Rome gets it, gets some yards. That's a bold play design. We have not seen them run a screen like that. I really like that. But obviously, if 44 stays back, because 44 is like, okay, I got the edge here. Boop. But that's what you do against an aggressive team. But even like with the Vikings, even after saying that, I kind of think about, well, the Vikings do so many of those, put 6 people on the front, and then have a couple blitz and then go back. It's kind of like what I would always do that in Madden, where it's like, if I'm going to be a linebacker, you get on one of the linemen and they just bounce back off. And it's like that. They're literally playing Madden out there. Like, put someone up there, go back. So, and I agree with Peril. I think that's a very well thing to like. That's kind of how I feel with it too. It's that the understanding of the coverages that Caleb has and throwing with it, where, yeah, exactly. It's the big play hunting that you see on tape that Caleb is doing, but it's that why I'm not concerned is because you see the anticipation. You see like the true passing ability that he wants to go with. And also too, I remember saying this when we were going to draft him in the scouting report. Biggest difference is when a play breaks down, he's looking downfield to pass. While Fields, when the play broke down, he was like, I'm taking off. I'm running this thing. I'm going. While Caleb is looking for that. But let's see. We got 3 up top. And how much yardage do we got to go on this one? Let me just minimize this. 1st and 10. Oh, so 1st and 10, I'm down for any sort of game that we got. They got 3 deep. Screams that they're going to do an all-out blitz. It already looks like they are. I'm looking right over here. You got him kind of crashing down. Puts it. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. Very good. Quick decision. Good throw. Like, and instantly, yeah, they're just double, like, yeah, 2 linebackers over the A. There's only one Swift. Gets it out on time. Good quick decision. Even when, like, you saw Metellus coming down, throws it. Beautiful throw out of reach of the defender. That, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what we were just talking about. That makes you feel good with Caleb. That is a good, well-read throw. Face of 2 people going right up the middle. Beautiful throw, standing in there to make that throw. We got 2 wide receivers up top. Yet again, they're doing a lot of these zones. Boom. This is one of those that we're talking about. right? You got your two read right here. You want to see what he needs to just get better with on this is what is this corner doing, right? Because they're playing real far off. And is the corner going to be going up? No, you got him to the sticks right there, right? You see that linebacker's right there in the zone. You got there. It's either you're looking here to try to get him off and then hit back. If he doesn't, good throw. Yeah. This is where like the weird part about him pulling throws back is like his big play hunting is really just another 5-yard throw. Like that's the difference about him at USC versus here is. But I feel too like when people run deep routes, they're usually like we said, they're the clear outs that they're running. Let's just see kind of what he sees here. He's got the motion man. You can tell that they're playing zone. They're not really moving anybody. And then, yep, he's wide open. Good stuff. Got the corner super far back. Good read. Quick little yards. Braxton get pushed. Why Rome isn't getting any looks? I don't know. I think he got a decent amount of targets. I think it's just like a lot of because DJ they're going to force feed the ball, and I felt like in this game plan it was a lot of Keenan Allen versus Rome here. It also looks like we're playing Rome more as that X as well. Okay, come down. Finds the hole in the zone and just out of reach. Yeah, just miscommunication. Just missed. So I forgot how many looks he got, but it's a pretty high amount, I want to say. Here, I actually have the stats. I'll pull it up real quick. Let's see. 10 targets for Rome. He just caught 5. So yeah, we'll see that. So he did get a lot of targets, but ultimately just didn't come. It's not on Rome, like we'll see, because we know some of these will be on him. We'll just kind of look at that. But yeah, I saw 10 targets, and I just looked that up right now. I have people at the line of scrimmage. Yet again, we got the 3 on the outside. Go for the quick. Yep, perfect. Love it. Because yeah, Rome still had what, like five receptions. Yeah, 6, 7, 6, 10, 10. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers just retired? What? No way. No way. He did? Oh, you're talking more of the one-on-ones. I don't know. I think a lot of it is when we kind of see some of how we play. I think that I think Thomas Brown is gonna start probably trying to incorporate a little bit more of that because we just don't see a lot of those looks that are really kind of being. We don't see a lot of the looks that he has on tape for those. So I think that might be the reason why you don't see many of those back shoulders or that downfield attack that we were kind of hoping for. But DJ's so good. When the ball's in his hands, he's so good. Like to me, he's that playmaker archetype where he's like, or the big body playmaker where he's not just like the speedster. Oh, and here we go. Oh, here's one of his looks. Here you go, Taco Man. You wanted the quarterback throwing it? Ah. Yeah. Because that, like, when you said that, I was like, it didn't feel like it that he got a lot of looks. But I remember seeing 10. So one of his looks was a throw from the running back. I think it was an interesting play. Like, I didn't mind it, didn't hate it. Tight. Yeah, at the line of scrimmage. No one's really getting open. Wow. That was 3rd and 9. I don't get that play. And that's where, like, it felt like that. Another pushback by Braxton. Yeah. I agree. Like, it looks like, yeah, when he does throw it to those deep routes with Rome, I think that's also where it's like the wide receiver in the right system. Rome wants to play more of those deep passes, those one-on-one types of things, but their deep passes are more so clear outs rather than true, like, all right, we'll maybe hit you with a deep ball, right? You kind of see it, like, right, DJ runs, they double. Good throw, just out of reach. Out of reach on 4th down. I don't like the play call. I don't like that design earlier on. Maybe I think they were just trying to get into field goal range, which I guess saying that I don't absolutely hate it, but yeah. He had it. Rome? Yeah, it's one of those he's looking left the whole time, though. And technically, Keenan's got his guy. Right, he's not going to be, like, looking all the way to the right-hand side. Yeah, we run the thing that I don't love about this offense is we are throwing a lot to the outside. There's not a lot. The only time that we throw something in the middle, you can tell, is like the only time we do something in the middle is like a curl. Very rare that we hit one of these like deep routes like this. Right? So we got 3. We're supposed to have some max protect. And then just a freaking drop. He wants to get the ball out. Yet again, it's like you coach him to just get it to your dump off, which he does. DJ's open. And you have 3 routes that are going. DJ's open, but he's getting it to his dump off and just dropped. Yeah. I agree with what you had to say there, where it's the other side, not so. Other side didn't win. Or the main side that he's looking at. I thought that Keenan at least did a halfway decent job, but so Tevin just not having a good game. You got Grenard getting doubled by tight ends, and they don't do half bad, but Tevin getting beat right there. Yeah, I agree too. Like Caleb was always like a really good at throwing it in the middle of the field. There we go. Ah, God. Just heartbreaking. I forgot about this play. Here, I want to look at the other angle real quick, the sideline cam. You got it's another one. You had Rome, like you had Rome as the quick. Rome as the quick, it'd be a little tough, but honestly, like oh man. So Ron, you can confirm? Rodgers is retired officially? Did they finally just go like, listen, you got to go? That's crazy. I also haven't been on my phone like at all. I just see it going crazy. Here, I got to see. We got to see. Is Aaron Rodgers? I don't see anything with Aaron Rodgers. Who's saying that? All right, let's see here. Looking at the side that he needs, and yeah. Guys can't be breaking news and telling me the wrong news. Like this, he sees the blitz. That's good on the outside. This is one of the things that like I am getting a little sick of with like our routes, where like, you know, this is what we're talking about with the clear out, where whoever's running the deep route is just usually like, I'm just doing this just to take this guy. Rodgers isn't retired now. Dang. The puddles. Yes, the puddle concepts. Ooh, that. All right, let's look. They're like, okay, they're just gonna do these outs, and they hit them with down the middle. Love it. And I don't know. Throwing it down the field is just, it's so pretty. Down the middle of the field is just it's just fun to watch. It was scary when Jay Cutler would throw those because you're like, all right, 50-50 shot, it gets picked. But man, when you can, because when you think about like how does the Bears defense get beat, like when they're just going at that middle. Yeah, agreed. It's like you see how he's threading the needle. It's just good stuff. Going through the progression, awesome. Yet again, I feel bad for whoever draws the short straw to just like, what's your role, DJ? I just run straight. Are you going to get the ball? Probably not. This is where, when you look at the reads, you got 1, 2, 2's open, but Rome's open too. So, boom, boom, boom. And that's where, too, like, I'm not concerned with Rome. Because I know some people, it's like, well, he's not producing. Like, look at that. He's open. He's doing his stuff. Doing pretty well. Dale's Turner trying to fight. Doesn't know how to use his hands yet. He's still just a wee lad. That's what I said about like Turner coming out. Like, I liked his athletic upside. He just has to learn more with his hands. Speaking of learning more with your hands, man, that we were just talking about this, the anticipation. Look when he's getting rid of this. He's loading up already. He's releasing it before. We have a quarterback that does that, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Beautiful. Bad drop. Bad drop. And that was also down, second down. Big drop right there. But good, quick, get the ball out. And this felt like a little misguided thing. Like, it seemed like Swift thought that he was actually going to get the ball, unless they thought like, hey, maybe we could pretend. But this guy, number 7, was not fooled. Just goes right in, makes the play. And ultimately, yeah, just not a good drive right there. That was short. Let's just see how this breaks down. Got that. You want Braxton to hit that next level. Defensive end just gets to him. I apologize about Jonathan Grenard. I was not familiar with his game. He's playing really well. He's been a havoc. Van Ginkel's been a havoc. Like, they've played very, very well. Grenard just has been playing like a dog. It's hard when he got like that outlier season that he had with the Texans, and it's just, he's got that dog in him. Yeah. Good point, Taco Man. This is where, like, I'm fine with Keenan being gone. Unless I'm fine with Keenan being gone, basically. Like, DJ, you'd like to see more in the slot. Like, Keenan to me is that more. Yeah. This is the Braxton special, man. Like, when he's out in space, that's what like really frustrates me is like, I feel like the conversation would be different where it's like, if we had a good interior of the offensive line, I still feel like, yeah, we wouldn't love that Braxton gets pushed back most pass plays, but like, he just gets out there, starts pushing. Like it. The last few players that wore 15, I can't remember. Josh Bellamy, Brandon Marshall, like you said. Yeah, Josh Bellamy, I remember that. I thought there was another one too. Yeah, but Bellamy, now he's in jail, right? There's someone else. I can't remember. He did feel like a meme. Bellamy also felt like the guy that's like, he felt like the guy that was telling his friends, like, dude, you got to get into this. And then you're like, dude, that's a felony. and he got busted. Like, dude, you can't actually do that. He's like, nah, man, I'm making money. It's like, nah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Yeah. But this is good, right? Makes the play. Now far into the game. Okay, this is 2-minute drill. Okay. Dude, Bellamy got everybody hyped. And actually, speaking of that, man, I was watching Tariq Cohen highlights, and man, I forgot how good Tariq Cohen actually was. Like, you see his I forget, like, and I always brought this up, like, with small running backs, whenever they would compare them to Tariq Cohen, it's like Cohen was big. Like, Cohen was thick, and he had muscle on him. And people just thought, like, oh, tiny running back. Like, he was built. And then just the speed, the pure speed was just a thing of beauty. Actually, speaking of this, you got 2 deep players. Might have been tough. Sees a little bit of the hole. Just good play. But yeah, Tariq Cohen, man, was the highlights. You could just watch those for days. Yeah. Just the way he moved, you're like, that's just so good. Even like Matt Forte. I took Matt Forte for granted. Because then you watch some of his highlights and you're like, oh man, I forgot how shifty he was and like for his size. Oh, look at that. There we go. There we go, Taco Man. If you want something that'll break your heart. Oh. That hurts. That stings. That stings. Aaron Rodgers for Bears head coach. I love it. Pinheiro, Simba Webster, Trevor Siemian. Oh, yeah, Trent Taylor. That's who was 15. I was like, I swear that there's another 15. Boom. Boom. Michael, if Rome was 10 feet tall. Yeah, if he was, then that would be perfect. Man, that play kills you. But this, oh gosh. And this is the good thing, man. Rome gets open. Rome can make these plays. Rome has the speed, right? And he's one of the only wide receivers that's just very calm and relaxed. I was like, there. Man. All right, we're starting to see Rome's extra targets. Running back throws him the ball, or DJ Moore throws him the ball. We have overthrow when he was wide open, and another like that. That's the right read. That is the right read. Just overthrows him. Yeah, they are. Yeah, one of the things I like looking back on is I still have my old graphics from the years before, and always kind of seeing like who was on the team, who was kind of position battling. And it's crazy just how much the roster changes. Oh, great. They're sending the blitz. He's looking left. You have, like, he's looking through his progressions, goes down the middle. Oh, Connor Barth. Yes. Oh, man. I haven't heard that name in ages. Connor Barth, Chad Haney, all those guys. Or Caleb Haney, Chad Haney. Who's that wide receiver we got out of Western Michigan that one year? I can't remember his name. Let's see if we got any wide receivers open. You kind of, come on. Give it to Rome. I think maybe he thinks, okay, he can go in there. There's Kevin White, but there was, Javon Wims. I forgot Javon Wims. Man, who was another? It was this, oh God, it's going to drive me crazy. He was like a 7th round pick, or like 7th or 5th round pick. He did absolutely nothing. Boop, perfect. We won't even watch the defense. We'll just go back and forth on just random Bears players. Yeah, Kevin White's one of those where you're like, measurables, and that's it. Time to research. I remember Kasim Green. Anybody remember Kasim Green? Dude, I was so pumped for the Kasim Green pick. Like, I just wanted him because of his force fumbles. Oh, Daz Newsome. It wasn't Daz. It was farther back. The guy that I was thinking about. But man, Daz is crazy that he wasn't able to do well. Or Alex Bars. Daniel Braverman. Yes. It was. I was like, it was one of those giant names. Daniel Braverman. Thank you. It's like, oh man, I remember him. And then there's the other guy. Like, yeah. There's Devin Aromashadu. All those crazy named, gigantic name wide receivers that we had. Oh, and then who was the man out of Princeton, the tight end? Oh, they don't have what? Don't they have all the overtime stuff? They were passes. Do we have to look at the sacks? It's kind of lame that they categorize it as a sack. Yeah, okay, so I guess they do have the sacks as separate things. Yep, everyone's kind of caught up. Throw it away. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. And then, honestly, like, the line protected well. Like, all things considered, with the amount of pressure that they get. All right, so let's see what he's got here. He's looking. I don't understand what he's trying to look for here. Like, is it just look there and yeah? Does he see anything pre-snap? In case you got the tight end and then you have him on the out, but I don't really get that. A lot of short stuff. Kind of cut back at. Yeah, not much. Weird design. No one really open. Again, Braxton gets beaten the inside. It's a beat by Braxton. And then we got to watch the OT play. Nick Kwiatkowski, let's go. Out of West Virginia, proud of West Virginia linebacker. Let's go. Yep. Oh, and there was a returner for the Bears too. It was this white wide receiver. I can't remember what his name was, but the reason why I bring him up just because like I see Nick Kwiatkowski and Braverman. He was like from the what was it? He was from the Dolphins. And I was at one of my buddies' like bachelor parties, and we're just like down on some tubes, just tubing down a river. And I'm talking to some random dude. Like there's just random people that are just all tubing, drinking on this river. And the guy goes, and I said, like, I'm a Bears fan. And he goes, oh, do you know? And he says the guy's name, and he was like our punt return specialist. And he's like, yeah, that's my cousin. I'm like, what? I just, the randomest of things. I can't remember his name. He played, man, this was probably 5 years ago, like 2019 or so. He was like, yeah, I think it was like 2019. He was a Bears wide receiver. That was our punt returner. So if you're looking it up, I'm trying to remember what his name was. He used to be on the Dolphins. And yeah, he was on the Bears for like one season. But actually, while that's there, I want to look at what we saw with this play. So you have corner up there. You have 3 wide receivers and only 1 corner back here. So they're going to be playing a zone. And they're playing deep, so you kind of want to, he's playing there, so you kind of want to hit. And ultimately, like, this is where that kind of like that flood concept. You got to go, okay, he's deep. He's playing there, so you got to hit there. You have to go through the progressions that way. Doesn't. Tries to extend. Doesn't get the ball out. Not good. Yeah, ultimately that's on Caleb. There's someone open. Almost like he kind of goes backwards on his reads. And then by that, especially in zone, you gotta get that ball out. So Ryan Nall. Ryan Nall. I remember the original AP. I remember that. Man, Ryan Nall. All right, let's see. Let's check out this defense. Let's go with all running plays. I know, not for. Let's actually go with Minnesota. Oh, Josh McCown, another former 15. That's right. I hope that like he eventually makes it back to the Bears. Just with like he's on the Vikings right now. And everyone says like he's a really, really smart guy out there. JP Holtz. Oh my God. I forgot JP Holtz. All right. So we always like to kind of summarize it before we get into the next section. And for those that are watching the video down, you probably wait and just like fast forward to wherever I pop up like this. So what we saw with this offense, right? If we just had to summarize how this offense played, couple things. Not a big fan of what we were doing from a run blocking perspective, especially Matt Pryor. Not a great performance by him, but also too, just bad blocking assignments, bad blocking, and just not great, right? Kind of what we were expecting. But when we go over to the passing, Caleb, right? Amazing throws. I wouldn't say that this was his best, like going through reads or anything like that. It was good. It was solid. Made some incredible passes out there. Still room to improve. So really good game. Not gonna sing praises, but it's like this is what you want to see out of your quarterback. He's getting better. He's going through the things you want him to do. So good game. Nothing bad, and good blocking. And also correct, Mark Mariani. I met his cousin drinking down a river in up north Wisconsin somewhere. But yeah, that's what I saw. That's what we were going down with. But let's go into some of the running plays, our running defense. So with this, let's go. Let's go. And Ravi coming in. Caleb is elite. Let's go through here. Yeah, whitewater rafting, not just chilling on some tubes. That's what you do up here, right? You just chill on some tubes, and you just literally, you pack a cooler. I don't know if anyone else has done this. You just pack a cooler on one of the tubes, and you just bungee cable it in. And yeah, you just bungee it up, hold on, and yeah, just hang out. But yes, line them up, Taco Man, because we got to look at this run defense. Let's start out with the inside, the tackles, running attack. It's not going to be pretty. I'm already sitting back in my chair because I know it's not going to be pretty. Never mind, right? It's probably just the outside tackles whenever they run it outside. Oh, Anthony Miller. Yes. Anthony Miller was so talented. It's just like when he dislocated his arm, you never saw him extend for any of the passes. It was sad. And it felt like he always thought that he was better than he should have been. But, man, he was good. All right, let's see. They got 2. So they should go boom, 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 boom. Oh, dude, it's nice to have Kyler back. You see Kyler get past his guy. Even a good little play from DeMarcus Walker on the tight end. And not to be outdone, Jervon. Good play. Good play by Jervon. Good play by Gordon. Good play by Walker. That's what happened. That if you beat your guys, that's what goes down. And here we thought we were going to see bad plays. We have 2 good plays in a row by this run defense. What were we talking about? We didn't give up a lot of yards on the ground, right, guys? But all right, right off the jump, let's see what it goes on. So we've got hat. Dude, just that is a great play. Just freaking leverages him, gets right there. And then great play by Walker. Good stuff. Good stuff. Tyler Bray, the Bray maker. Man. Oh, man. Now here we go. I was watching an old game with my son of Brian Urlacher, and it's like, oh, yeah, Ian Scott, Chris Harris, Major Wright, like all those guys. And Chris Williams, the offensive lineman. What, Metcalf, Roberto Garza. Good times. Good times. Yeah. Yep. Bryce Callahan, slot defender, is so underutilized, but it is so important. All right. So let's see what they got going on with the blocking. Okay. So instantly you start to see, dude, Pickens is not good at football. Pickens is not good at football. Moves. He gets completely brought over here. And then, yeah, they're already at their guys. Sanborn tries to cut it inside. Sanborn has been struggling. As a Sanborn fan that wore the Sanborn jersey afterwards, they all get to their guys. There's no one there. Just right up the middle. How many inside runs? Oh, 17. A lot more than I thought. Yeah. You get that good. Yeah, like when he was out there with the Broncos, he was still real good. And then yeah, just got banged up. This is what's crazy is like some of these inside runs, like we do a good job with. Javon, dude, nice. Javon just beats him right off the snap. That's a pretty play by Javon. Javon's had some pretty good plays so far. Oh, really? Last QB to throw. Who was that? Was it Grossman? Or no? No, it wasn't. Kramer. It was probably Kramer, right? Oh, it was Jim Miller. I only remember Miller from or was it Kramer from NFL Blitz 2000. Playing that as a kid. Okay, you got the double. I like what Walker's at least doing out there. Yeah, agreed. Cowart, we saw the uptick, and just Pickens has just not been good. And like I've said, when you draft good athletes at the defensive line position that were not good in the NCAA, they don't produce. Javon's an outlier, right? Oh man, so what do we have here? So they're shifting down this way. Okay. So they're shifting here. We need to shift into here. And they just get out there. So then now you want Owens to come down, which he does. Not bad. 4 yards. Doug Kramer. Sorry, Eric Kramer. Man, Doug Kramer's been a fan of the Bears. He's been on them for a long time. That's why he fumbles the football. Right? He's just an old man. He's been playing too long. All right. They're getting some push yet again because you got 2-on-1 right there. They're clambering down. Hey, yeah, at least Pickens kind of scared him. But here, yeah, Byard just gets tripped up. They just get so much pressure. Javon gets stonewalled right there. Javon gets twisted. He wants to go there. And they just create such a good push on that side. And since Byard gets a little tripped up, if Byard doesn't get tripped up, that's a good play. But obviously he does. That's where you get the push. Everything else like that. Yeah. Yeah, the thing with the thing with Javon that I think stands out that makes it was like, oh, I didn't know that about him, was like he was asked to not play in an attacking scheme. He was asked to play in a read and react system. So it's like he was never asked to jump or like be aggressive and use that athleticism. He had to just kind of react with whatever. But also when they were looking at him, they saw it's the stat for like his frame where they said like he has not filled out into his body and they could still get more out of him with that. So that was something that they absolutely loved. But obviously been turning out so far. But man, they're just right when this happens, the difference between the Bears line and their line, Like, look how much push they're already getting on Javon. And then Booker's not really able to do that. He's being blocked well. And there's just no one. There's just freaking no one. Like, look at that. They all kind of collapse a little bit. Try to collapse there and just runs right in there. That's just push. I hate watching run blocking. Other teams run blocking versus our run defense. Yeah. Yeah, we need talent. Yeah. All right. Walker's having a really good game. Walker's making some phenomenal plays out there. Man. That's why we need more fat boys. Cohort's light. Oh, man. But speaking of Cohort, right when I say that, Cohort at least tries to get past. Where's all the people on the inside? Oh, yep. You have Tremaine jumping to this left-hand side. He way over pursues. Look out. Tremaine's your middle linebacker. He's not even there. That's a bad read right there. He's completely on that left-hand side. Not even there. Not even close to making that play. Thank God we paid $19 million. Speaking of things that I don't agree with, don't pay your linebackers. Like, you can get good linebackers like a TJ Edwards for what, like $6 million a year? Was what he paid for? Man. Again, Edmonds is all the way over here. Edmonds isn't even in the play. He follows the fullback. Gets completely tripped up. And then it's up to Walker and Edwards to make the play. Man. Sanborn at least makes this little play right here. Yeah. And that's the thing where I remember like all this stuff. PFF got crapped on a lot for, I mean, they always get crapped on. But like Edmonds was being crapped on a lot by them because they're like, he makes big plays, but he's not in the correct position. Just look at that. Like what's he doing? He's all the way over here. Like, you're not supposed to be like sealing. Like, I don't get what you're trying to do. Cause you got Smith out there. Like, you need to be hitting him. Like, you're all the way over there. Yeah. Honestly, it's like Sanborn hasn't had the season that he has had normal. Like, I don't know what it is. But because like Sanborn was always like super, every time that I put on the tape, it was always like, okay, he's in the right spot. He's making the play. And he hasn't been doing that as much this year. But he was doing that the first couple seasons. But yeah, with Edmonds, Pickens at least gets back there. Good stuff. I don't see Sweat doing as much as he was before. Yeah, exactly. Fill the gap. Yeah, we need Vince. We need fat boys, man. We need fat boys, Taco Man. Well, man, we need tacos for our offensive linemen, man. That's what we need. Okay, got Sweat. Right when I said that he's not doing much, that's a great play by Sweat. Got them right up the middle. That's good stuff from Sweat. Taking on 2 people right there. The hard part with linebackers, though, like when I scout them out, a lot of the top linebackers now, a lot of the linebackers coming out, it sounds like an old man saying this, but it's like they don't play like they used to. Because a lot of the linebackers nowadays are so they play them in a very, very attack, like blitzing type of fashion, like the best ones. You don't see a lot of the normal, like you don't see a lot of them playing a lot in coverage, kind of sitting back like what a normal linebacker does. Like what we're seeing with Edmonds, they're usually very like you're coming on the blitz on the inside. So yeah, here we go. Exactly. He finally played his assignment. He's like, all right, don't move. But yeah, anyone else that deserves kudos there? Good little play right there. That's Jervon. Liked what Jervon did. Yeah. That's where, I live in Wisconsin. Had a lot of my family went to Wisconsin. There's a reason why Wisconsin linebackers like Van Ginkel and like Sanborn and Edwards are good linebackers. They just teach them like you just play the position. Like that's what you got to be. Just be in the right spot. That's all you got to do. And it's like that's where like when we got Edwards, man, I was so excited. He's not a great athlete, but he's typically in the right position. And actually Edwards, we have not seen play at the level that was playing last year too. So, yeah. LG, where's Lake Geneva? Yeah, Lake Geneva. There you go. Dude, I love Lake Geneva. Been out there a couple times. Oh man, now this is when we're going to see the bad plays. At least there's only 10 of them. Yeah, business decisions. That's where, like, with Ryan Poles, sometimes it's those things where it's like, okay, Ryan Poles, I liked when he traded Roquan Smith. I was like, okay, 2nd round pick, right? Okay, now we're going to go young, or we're going to go cheap. We got we just signed TJ Edwards. This is good. We got a 2nd round pick. We can get another linebacker, and then we can use money for the offensive line, right? Nah. We ended up buying another linebacker for like the same price. At least we came away with a 2nd round pick. But, dude, this wide receiver's blocking you, Montez. Jeez, look at who the heck is that guy? Trent Sherfield. Trent Sherfield blocking Montez Sweat. That's not good. You see on the outside. He cuts it back in. And let's just see how the blocking assignments all go. So they kind of have nice little things where, okay, he's got Kyler, he's got him, he's got him. I really like how they set this play up because now you need someone to beat it. But man, your star defensive end just gets blocked by Trent Sherfield Sr. That is not good. And then right when we were saying Edwards making that. Yeah, 50 pounds at least. Oh, man. Should have just been kept on running that outside. Dude, you got Hawkinson blocking down on Booker. Like we said, Booker, developmental piece, right? Developmental piece. Edwards tries to get to the outside. Okay, he was at least blocked, so it looked like he completely whiffed. They got hands on him. Mr. Stevenson, that is a huge missed tackle. Huge missed tackle. Yeah. Okay. Yet again, when you play your position, good things happen. Let's see what happens here. Okay, outside. They try to do kind of like what the Bears did, where they cut it back here. Just this play just doesn't work. Walker does a good job there. Sanborn has the edge relatively sealed. Edmonds fills his gap. Byard comes out, makes the tackle. There you go. That's how football works. Someone seals the edge. Yeah. Beauty. Nice. They beat their guys. They get through. Nice. All right. And dude, Darrell Taylor. Because of that, you don't have anybody that gets there. Yeah, Taylor tries to get aggressive with that. And ultimately, then no one else is on that outside side. So it looks like an awesome beat right there, but yeah. Show my kids Bears tape, so on game day, they know what not to do. Oh, so speaking of that, my son, he's 4. And I was talking to him, and he goes, Dad, yet again, we live in Wisconsin. He goes, my friend, I forgot his friend's name. He's like, said the Bears are bad. And he got all sad. He's like, and then someone else said, yeah, the Bears are bad. And I'm like, oh man, here it comes. He's learning. He's learning the pain of being a Bears fan in Wisconsin, where you just get teased. And then my daughter, who's 6, is like, yeah. And then these people all said, like, they all want the Packers to win and the Bears stink. And I'm like, oh, yep. And it's like, yep. Well, you just have to move on, right? It builds character, being a Bears fan. That's what we tell ourselves. You can handle the troubles in life because the thing you enjoy is trouble in life. Yeah, I assume. Yeah, like in Geneva. Oh man, look at this. Look at this hole. Nothing there. I saw someone was talking about Chris Williams. I forgot who. Like, yeah, when Williams is good for a couple big plays. Like, he's that splash guy. I mean, he ends up making the play, but he's 7 yards downfield when he makes it. So yeah, true. Throw 8 straight picks. Or like the 8. Yeah. The thing that annoys me with Packer fans are, sometimes is like they don't understand what it's like to have a bad team. Like they physically they cannot comprehend having a bad team. Where anytime it's like, oh, look, Shy, what's good, man? I was curious where you're at. Hope all is well. I've not said the dreaded word yet, so not been lots of shots. I actually finished my whiskey this weekend, so I need to get some more whiskey. The Bears made me finish it. Sanborn popping it. Dude, Javon has had a good game. Yeah, Love is definitely Favre. I'm down to have another Favre rather than another Rodgers, for sure. But man, that's it. So that's the running game. We'll flip over to the passing game real quick, but just recap of what we saw with the run defense, because I know one of the things I wanted to look at was, well, why were we giving up so many yards and then ultimately we stopped them? Well, part of it is just playing your assignment. We saw a lot of over pursuing by Tremaine Edmonds out there, but also want to give credit where credit is due. We saw very good games out of Javon Dexter, what he was doing out there on tape. And then also too, Walker, very good game that we were seeing out there just in that running game. So very, very good sound. Like when you play your role, you stop the run. And so that's where like the whole hits principle, the whole believing in Flus, I think that's where you're starting to see more of a hit when you get, no pun intended, on this run defense. And ultimately why they started stopping the run was you had individual players stepping up, but mostly people just being in the right spots. And then they stop the run. That's what ends up happening. So let's see. Let's flip over to the passing downs, and then we'll wrap things up. So let's do passing snaps. Let's flip over to pass plays. Here we go. All right, looks like we're playing a zone. Play action. Yeah, we're kind of doing this like deep 4, 3 short. Good SWAT. Let's look at the coverage. Good stuff right there. Good stuff. And who did we have out there? That was Tyreek on that outside. I think that's what we got to be looking out for too, is we need to be looking at that. So yes, sir. Make sure to hit that like button. Helps out tremendously. And also, Jalen Carter didn't have the issues. Do you think we should have? The only problem that I still point to back in that was Ryan Poles went in needing a right tackle. Like he had to draft a right tackle with that pick. So unfortunately, I felt like Ryan Poles kind of screwed himself over in that where he needed to get that. Okay, so right off the get-go, stuffed. Sweat at least getting there. Javon, hand fighting. Yeah, I'm curious about this pass rush. It felt like Sweat was actually contributing on there. So let's see. Got the trips. They're doing what we do. Quick roll out. Yep. Out read. Open. Simple design. Make it happen. I forgot what that... I literally looked it up. Like Taco Man, I actually looked it up and I was like, I think it's a smash concept. Not much pressure. Super wide alignment for our guy. Let's see. Play action. Man, we really switched, doubled there. Oh, and man, Owens really falls hard. He really wants to stop that run. He's short. They throw it there. So Owens just over pursues right there, ends up making the tackle, but he wants to stop the run, wants to do that. Ultimately, that's the reason why they give up that play. Yeah, I think it was the smash. All right, let's see what we got here. any bad coverage out here? Let's just look. Simple drop. Okay. Okay, we got 3 out. Coming back in. So zone, most likely. Man, I'm surprised that Kyler got back to that. I didn't like how he was playing that, but man, he comes back, swats that out. It's a good play. It was like Kyler did everything he could to not be in that play, but man, he just comes back. Some good, like, again, they push, they collapse, but he stands strong. Yeah. Also, I love seeing what Jaquan says out there. Like he just loves it. Yeah, could have had a cup of tea back there. Agreed. Another one. All right, now let's see how this zone is going. Because this is what I really wanted to see. Like it felt like we were playing so far back. Because we are. Like we're super far back. The pressure's not really getting to him, and then they just do these little dumps. And we're lucky that he dropped it. But man, we're playing so far. Just do that. Yeah. Let's check out this pressure or lack thereof. Javon getting through. Hey, Javon made it, but very good step up. Yeah. They ultimately create the pressure. Javon and Sweat. But I feel like Javon and Sweat were the only ones that were really doing something on the right-hand side. We saw the advanced metrics too, and they were the closest to the quarterback. Let's see. Running a cover 3. Jeez, that's just such a... This is something that we just don't do. We don't throw over the coverage like they do. We're like, oh, there's someone back in zone. Whatever. And that's just a good catch. Smith's on him, but Smith plays it well. Just not. Pickens is all the way over there. People just are like in. Yeah. Okay. I mean, Owens plays this really well. Goes through a little bit of coverage, tries to swat it. That's Addison making a play. Well thrown ball. Guys on Addison. And just, this is what you do with man, right? He's covered, but he puts the ball in a spot where his receiver can get it. And I think that's where we don't see Caleb doing as much of that. But, yeah. Playing him deep. Oh. You see Bayer just sees it right there. He's got the deep zone. Easy pass. Smart read by Darnold. Not really much that line could do. But yeah, the difference between how the Bears have built this team versus like the Lions, just we didn't build through the trenches, right? We built with like on the outside, then tried to get on in. All right, so what we have here, it looks like what we're trying to do is run like a cover 2. Yeah, we're running a cover 2 because you got the deep zone there. And then Jalen wants to help here because they're just trying to shadow JJ, and just that little bit of hesitation draws JJ off. He wants to see Owens back there, but Owens is definitely far off from it. I don't love the idea. Like, I don't love the whole cover 2 thing. They run the 2 to the left, beats it. Yeah. Addison's a very underrated wide receiver. All right, let's see how this coverage goes. I first want to just see up. Actually, they're just like playing off. Like Stevenson's got nobody. Like he's playing his zone, but he's got nobody. Yeah, in peril, one of the things that I am dreading that I just realized earlier this week, I just realized one of my least favorite things. I like it, but it's one of my least favorite things to do because I will always get yelled at for this, is mock draft season. Because I did a mock draft and then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Something that the reason why anyone that does a mock draft will be yelled at is because you have to draft every single position of need because we don't know what the Bears are doing with free agents, right? So I'm always like, oh man, I love mock drafts. But I'm like, oh yeah, it's doing mock drafts at this time of year. It's always like you have to check every box because it's like, okay, who do we have? But yeah, I love the idea of in the first round, it needs to be either you're going offensive tackle or D line. I think offensive tackle or D line for sure. Javon gets some push. They try to get on the outside. Sweat at least hurries up. But yeah, I mean Smith has been a lot better. Yeah, and then I mean like in the second round, it's like I like interior line or whatever they do with the wide receiver. We'll just have to see what they end up doing. But let's check out this coverage. They're just, I don't get that. What are you running? You're running. What are you running? Someone is confused out here. Unless he's supposed to have this entire section. Because I don't get this. He's wide open. That makes no sense. That coverage makes no sense. Because I feel like he's playing this. Owens is playing this like a cover 3. And you see, like, unless Byard is playing it up tight and it's supposed to be more like a cover 6 where you got 2. Actually, but Owens is right in the middle. So he's playing it like it's cover 3, but the throw screams like it's cover 2. Like he threw it right in the spot where no one was at. So but let's look at this coverage. There's also a lot of really good tackles, offensive tackles. I was just looking at it. Not like a lot of like. There's no Joe Alt. Like still, there's time, but it's like I don't see any Joe Alts in this draft class. Good beat yet again. Yeah, I'm excited to like break down the offensive tackles just because everything that I'm hearing, it's like it was the left tackle out of Texas, left tackle out of or the tackle out of Texas, or both of them are actually pretty good. But it seems like the last time I checked, like the tackle out of Texas is only like 6'4", so it might just be more of a guard. Um, but then the other tackle is more the prototypical 6'6". Seems good, but it seems like a lot of them, like Joe Alt, when he was coming out, I was looking at the PFF grades, and he was always like top 5 at the position every single year. All right, so let's. Actually surprised you didn't. I'm actually surprised you didn't throw it. Good coverage, leads to the sack. Trey Smith would be insane. I could see him because it seems like he really liked Trey Smith. I'm just curious how much money he's gonna, be worth for that guard spot. But hey, I mean, if you get a good guard, let's look at this coverage. This is what pressure is good for, man. It knocks them off. Yeah, I wish that Creed Humphrey. I wish that Creed Humphrey was actually going to hit free agency. I think that's what we all wanted, but ultimately doesn't. I just want to watch more center tape. Try to find a good center finally. Okay. So let's check this out. Dropping two, but then having kind of this old line. And this is just where they let them get it. Like we're just so far. He's got that, and then you got to collapse and just finds the soft spot. Yeah, Stevenson really does look lost. Even with all this, like I know that there was someone that did a mock draft where the Bears went corner, and it's like I don't like that. I really don't like that all that much. Jalen on him. It's like I get it, but it's like they really got to hit the trenches. But James Pierce, the one out of Tennessee, watch his highlights. I don't know why he's like dropped. He's dropped in some big boards. But he's someone that I would greatly appreciate dropping because the little that I've watched of him was a lot of fun. Cause yeah, we get close, but then we just get stonewalled. Yeah, Pierce I saw like on the PFF big board is like out of the first round. I was like, holy crap. Cause he looked like a surefire blue chip dude. Playing so far back. Like they're just pushing us back, and then short. Brailsford. I'll have to check that out. I was actually even debating on starting to do some of my scouting just to get some of the profiles done. I actually looked back at my my old my old draft grades, or like what I thought about the different players, and so far it was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. Boom. Some good stuff in it. Like, it just helps to kind of like look back at what you thought of players, just because there's always like some where I had them higher rated just because like others had them and I was like, oh, they're okay, and sometimes I didn't trust my gut. And then others I trusted my gut, or I went too far with one. And yeah, it's just good to kind of like see and just learn from that. So, any notable linemen? It probably just Trey Smith, right? I don't know too much out there. Haven't looked fully. Dude, Gordon's so good. But yeah, Humphrey I know was the big one, but he got re-signed. Nate Davis is available. All right, we are getting there. In the third quarter. So what's going on down here? So you got that. You kind of want to collapse. Yeah, like Stevenson. I feel like because you have Gordon back there, you kind of got to crash down. He doesn't. But yeah, like when y'all said it, Stevenson just doesn't look like he's playing with the same swagger. Like, it was so sad the game after the Commanders game. Look, yeah, they push back. It's the standing tall. Like, after the Commanders game, there was one play where they threw it his way and they missed it. And it was like the saddest little, like, when they, sheathed the sword, they put the sword away. It's like the saddest one I've ever seen of that. All right, so jeez. Hawkinson just beats him. Well played ball. Hawkinson just beats him. Yeah. Just want Ben Johnson. It's hard, like, I said this before, but like with Thomas Brown, I hope Ben Johnson and Thomas Brown know each other. I don't know if anyone can look that up. I would love to see if Thomas Brown and Ben Johnson ever cross paths, because I would freaking love it. Also, holy space, look at this. Do we even have, like, it seems like we only have like 5 people on the field. Everyone is just all the way down here. No one's there. But yeah, I agree. Now is the time to get the offensive lineman. Only thing is, like, I would love to spend big on a center, but it's like I don't think that there's any big centers that are out there. That's good coverage. Like, Addison's just playing. Addison's just a dog, man. He's just playing great. That's good coverage. We send the blitz. He gets it out. Great play by Addison. The puddle. Yeah. This is their new puddle. Just everybody play your zone. What if no one's by me? Just play your zone. They do too well with doing exactly where they need to be in their zone. Like, it's drawn up in pass coverage, but not so much with the others. Look how far out. But man, just flying over. I think that's part of it, is like in the pass coverage, they're they're so dedicated to their zones. And they go so far back and so out of the way. It just feels like whenever we get pressure, we either just get stopped or like people fall down like that. But I will say they're getting around the quarterback better than I originally thought. Yeah, they have a guy right there, but they're all going deep. And this is where their deep zones were working. You get some pressure on them. Your best defensive lineman, aka Kyler Gordon, gets to go after them. Actually, he gets stopped. I mean, Walker does well there. All right. I was just about to say, I'm like, man, I'm starting to lose energy right now. We're almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like close to 10. All right, let's check out this. Oh my God. Look at this. Just freaking nobody. Like we're all at the 10-yard line. Okay, it's third and 13. Okay. I was like going to say it better be third down, but we all know what happens here. They freaking get it. This was in the fourth quarter when we needed to stop them. Like we felt like we had something. The Bears did this last week where they kind of had this like extended zone basically, or this extended screenplay. And it's a good play to run because when you play that kind of like prevent at that line, it's good. Like it's a very good call in that situation because we're back in zone. They hit that right there. This is just, Smith, it's hard to make that play, but it's like, you got to make it. That's a huge play. Yeah, the pregame I might do tomorrow. I'm not sure. Just because I know like what the game's so early, it might be tomorrow then. I think I'll probably do it tomorrow just so people have time to listen and everything like on Wednesday. Man, how does this break down? Let's look at this. So you got him. We're playing a man coverage. Oh yeah, and then this is the pass interference. Yeah. Was it? No, it wasn't pass interference. Yeah. Yeah, Edwards just plays it wrong. Just gets cooked. Third and 12. He thinks he's going to the sticks. They call a bold play. We don't get a lot of pressure. This is though. Now we're in OT. Now we get to see the drive that crushed our hopes. Oh, Jim Bob Cooter? Colts has Jim Bob Cooter? I didn't know where he was. Former OC for the Lions. Oh, man. This is when we get the sack. We think all is well. We think we're celebrating. We're going to get a win. We're like, well, he didn't have to do the strip sack because we got everything else. But they had good deep coverage. You could tell that they wanted to attack deep. And this is where, too, like with Caleb's game, we still have the deep ball that we just have not unlocked yet. But it's a long developing play. Get it on Brian O'Neill. Okay, he gets a little shifted. Yeah. Little head fake. He's out. He's got space. Good catch. Oh, man. This at least doesn't sting as much as the Commanders. The Commanders made us all numb. At least Walker at least beats his guy. We're showing a blitz. We drop back in zone. Giving a lot of space there because we're kind of hoping. Oh my God, that's terrible. Look how much space. And it's like you kind of know he's trying to get that first. He's wide open. That's bad coverage by Byard right there. It's really bad coverage. He's playing so far off. Yeah, right when they switch it to that outside, you're going to get him versus a safety. There's no corner. It's like, come on. Okay, got that push. Oh, man, I'm actually surprised. They really schemed that up well. A little outside. Just a good play by JJ. Yeah, that's the thing. Like that, I agree with you, Taka Man. Going against the top 5 defense, one of the best defenses in the league, and putting up 27, that ain't bad at all. Javon's having a good game, though. His pass rush hasn't been as dominant as I was hoping for, but man, Javon, like we said, Javon was going against bad guards this game. He better do well, and he did. He's had a very good game. Okay. Yep, no one there. They collapse because they're just giving him so much space. He's got enough space to just pump. Thomas Brown, 5'6" to 6 foot. My man's a legend. On his dating profile, it says 6 foot. Other people say he's 5'6". Here we go with the deep, dude, just the deep clear out zone. Like, they run this all the time, man. They just clear it out right in the middle. Because he was a player, right? I don't know if he was like. That's the thing, man. That's when he disciplines people, he becomes 5'8". He gains 2 inches. Oh my God. So they're running this. They keep him on him. What this looks like is maybe in some of these systems, like whenever they have this little shift, yeah, it's just there's miscommunications with this defense. Wide open people. Corda at least fighting out there. But it's still like, I felt like you should have done better on the inside, right? Oh man. But that's it. That is it. That is every play that we just broke down. But let's see. So what we saw today was with the offense. The offense was, we saw Caleb making some unbelievable throws, still some progress that he can make, right? It wasn't anything unbelievable. It was good, but it's like we've said this on the show, when he has great games, it's usually just, it's good games. He's just getting better. He's progressing. He's just doing the right thing. We saw more of that, but we also saw what makes it unbelievable were those just crazy throws that he made. Still room to grow, right? Good stuff. Nothing alarming, just good things, getting the ball out fast. That's what you want to see. But then also, when we flip over to the defensive side of the football, what we saw was that kind of undisciplined run stopping. When we were disciplined, we stopped the run. And then if we flip over to the passing attack, I have not seen the Flus defense make this many mistakes in coverage. Just wide open receivers. We're just continuing to play super far back sometimes. O'Connell just got the best of this defense and just cooked us. It was bad. It was very bad from this defense, and we did not see a lot of pressure being generated, more than what I was expecting, or what I expected, because I thought we basically had none. Montez Sweat, bad run defense day, looked pretty good in the pass rush, but Javon, to me, had the best defensive day. So not great overall. But hey, from the passing attack, love to see that just continue to go, because no matter what happens, it's about Caleb Williams. And also, we'll have you covered with everything. Tomorrow, let's do the preview show, because then y'all get a day. You guys have some more time. I know that all the other Bears shows are going to be having content too. So a lot of stuff to go through. So make sure to like and subscribe if you're out there on YouTube. And with that, see you tomorrow. Unbearable Sports Podcast. We are out.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bride.